Christian Novels Audiobooks, the story of Wayne and Jean Vozzolo, One Vozzolo Christmas, episode number 29. The principal asked me if I wanted a visiting doctor to check out my bruises, that it wouldn't cost anything. I figured it wouldn't hurt anything, so I agreed. Dr. Wagner was his name. Looked at me in the principal's office with the principal and a nurse. The doc poked around on me and said he wished he could get some x-rays, but he didn't hear any abnormal sounds in my lungs or chest or anything, so he thought I would be okay. Just try not to bump them or get bumped. Then somebody banged on the door and shouted that the history teacher was down on the floor. The principal threw me out of the office as he, the doctor, and the nurse raced down the hallway. Well, that just so happened to be the class I was in, so I watched from the doorway as they performed CPR on him, gave him a shot of something from the doctor's bag. He came to and said his chest hurt. Last I saw, they helped him sit on his rollabout chair and raced him to the principal's car where they put him in the back seat. The doctor climbed in with him, and the nurse climbed in the front seat with the doctor's bag. The principal screeched his tires as they took off in the direction of the city. I guess that's the closest hospital, Chester explained. Then they moved us from that classroom down to the lunchroom. Oh, I'm sorry, that reminds me. I was hungry and ate a plate lunch, but I had to charge it. I'll do whatever to pay for it. No, son. We'll take care of it. I forgot about your lunch, Wayne replied. Let's pray right now for the teacher. They probably aren't even at the hospital yet. It's such a long way to medical care. With that, Wayne and Jean held hands and took Chester's hands as Wayne prayed, thanking God for the doctor and nurse being there and for the grocery store opening back up. Come on, you're missing the good part, Tony shouted as he stuck his head out the back door. Chester, welcome to Vozzolo Produce family. It's official once you watch cartoons with Tony, Wayne said, laughing as they all stood up. After the cartoons were over, the four of them worked on the nativity set together. Chester, you got to mix the little stones, big ones, and Daddy, what are the other ones called? Tony asked. The in-between ones, Wayne replied, looking at Jean, shrugging his shoulders and raising his eyebrows. Jean smiled and nodded her head. Thanks, Daddy. And Chester, you got to put some in-between ones in there and then glue them like this and try not to get it on your clothes, but Mama says it's washable. Is Daddy going to pick you up and put you in the bathtub too? He did that to me so I wouldn't get glue everywhere, Tony says as he squirted way too much glue out of the bottle. Well, Tony, I'll try real hard to be careful not to get glue on my clothes. Here, let me stick this little one. No, Chester, that's an in-between one, not a little one, Tony insisted. You're right, it's an in-between one. Here, let me use some of the glue you squirted. I think you have plenty to share, Chester replied. Maybe it's a good thing we were introduced to the principal today. Come next school year, when Tony starts kindergarten, I'm afraid we might get to know him more than we want to, Wayne said as he leaned down and kissed Jean on top of her head. Wayne and Jean, I don't remember ever having as much fun as I've had today. I feel like I belong here. The only bad thing that's happened was the history teacher going down. Wonder how he's doing. Chester, you do belong here, and we also wonder about the teacher, Jean replied. Wayne got several wet wash rags and stood by ready to keep Tony's sticky hands at bay from everything but tiny stones. Now these have to dry overnight so they will stick. Tony, would you and Chester like to paint a night sky? Jean asked. I have 4 empty bread wrappers to use as gloves. Wayne, will you take some rubber bands and put them on their arms to hold the bags on? Certainly. Here, Chester, this one's not been used, Wayne said, handing Chester a wet wash rag. Thanks, Chester said as he wiped a small amount of glue off of a couple of his fingers.